Hi folks, Coach Rich here with Endurance Nation, home of triathlon's only 400-person long course triathlon team and home of the only 30-day coaching trial in the triathlon space. But we're closing our doors to new members on May 1st, so hurry up, go to endurancenation.us, create a free trial. We'll start coaching you for free for 30 days. At the end of 30 days, if you dig it, stay on board. We'd love to have you. If not, thanks for checking us out. We'll see you at the races. It's Friday. It's 3:25 Pacific time. I have one of these warmed up, ready to go. It's not quite beer 30 yet, but I'm almost there. This is going to be a video for the Ironman Coeur d'Alene, Ironman Wisconsin, and Ironman Louisville race groups. I saw a question in the Ironman Coeur d'Alene forum regarding bike setup for the Ironman Coeur d'Alene course, and it was asked. It's a very common question I see on bike courses that are sold as being sort of technical, and the question is, road bike versus tri bike, aero bars versus bullhorns or drops. STI shifters versus bar end shifters. Basically, the considerations of bike handling and how that impacts the bike ride on what is supposed to be technical Ironman courses. I've ridden all the courses. I've ridden all the courses except Canada, and I've done all of the Ironman North America races with the exception of Lake Placid and Canada. So I've got a lot of experience on all the courses. Been working with a lot of people for a lot of years on all the courses and over very many bike setups, both good and bad. First of all, in my experience, you get no matter what shifting system you use, whether it's bullhorn, whether it's bar ends or STI shifters, you get used to what you have to use. So there's really nothing. There's nothing magical about a climbing setup, which is drops with STI shifters, or a flat triathlon setup, which is typically aero bars and bar end shifters. I regularly do very large roadie rides, 200 plus folks on my tri bike. With bar end shifters. It just means that I have to pick and choose when I'm going to shift, but it's not a big deal. I've seen people race all manner of courses with all manner of bikes. So what I would say is don't sweat so much what shifting system you do have, but I will say that every Ironman course out there is primarily a time trial in which aerodynamics trumps weight, and no matter what you think of the course, no matter what the profile of the course looks like, you are going to be spending a lot of time in the aero bars. Therefore, it makes more sense to have those shifters in a very convenient place for you to use them, which is in the aero bars, which means bar end shifters. What I'm saying is, if you have bar end shifters on your bike and you're doing one of these, technical Ironman bike courses, you don't need to spend additional money on a set of drops and STIs. If you do have a road bike setup with drops and STIs, you don't need to incur the additional expense of yes, recommend that you throw aero bars on it, but you don't need to go to bar end shifters. All that means is when you are in the aero bars, you're going to have to reach down to your STI to shift, and what you may find is as you get more tired, you might get a little lazy with your shifting, and subsequently you ride in a little bit lower or higher cadence than you probably should or would want to, just because you can't be bothered to reach over and make a gearing change. But it's not a big deal. Let's talk about the relative technicality of each Ironman bike course. Ironman Coeur d'Alene, Ironman Coeur d'Alene is characterized by lots of hills, some short and steep hills, but from my perspective, most of the hills were straight line, meaning you were climbing in a straight line and going downhill in a straight line. I can only think of a couple places on the course. There's one turn in particular by the lake where it's a fast downhill and you make an extremely sharp right. But there's people, telling you to slow down. There's cones, there's paint. You know it's coming. It's no big deal. And then that pops into a steep hill and makes a quick left that you can't see. So when I was out there riding it, when I previewed it, I identified that as a place that, even though I was going in a fast downhill, I would want to get in the small ring so I could make that right, and so that when I hit that steep hill, I was in my small ring, so I don't drop a chain by shifting too late. Other than that, it's really not that big of a deal. Ironman Coeur d'Alene has, it's got a good bit of flats, good bit of hills, some short, steep hills, but nothing that I would consider outside of, a couple turns, a very technical course. Ironman Wisconsin is a great bike course. If you love to ride your bike and you love hills and turns and ups and downs and this way and that way, if you love to ride your bike, Wisconsin is a great course. Having said that, even Wisconsin isn't a super technical course. There is a winding downhill on Garfoot Road if you look at your map, but it's really 1, 2, 3. It's maybe 4 turns, no big deal. The first time I raced Ironman Wisconsin in 2002, I noticed there were lots of places where I could take a lot of speed into a corner, and I was relying on volunteers to say, I figured if there was something bad on the other side of the corner, they would probably tell me to slow down. Since they weren't telling me to slow down, I just bombed all the corners. That's Ironman Wisconsin. Louisville, I would say in terms of technicalness, about the same as Ironman Coeur d'Alene. Which is all to say that on none of these courses, you don't need the bike handling skills of a crit racer. It certainly does help if, on any course, any race, anything you do, if you can become more comfortable bombing down a hill, if you get comfortable carrying more and more speed into a corner, if you get more comfortable handling your bike in high-speed cornering situations, not only do you carry more speed into a corner, you carry more speed out of a corner, which means that you carry more speed out of the corner into the flats. Maybe in a week or two, I can fire up a video and have a little period of instruction about bike handling, how to corner your bike, how to brake, how to steer. I love riding. I love riding my bike. I love riding it fast. I ride motorcycles. I have a good time getting better at learning how to corner my bike more quickly, and I can certainly share that with you. But all of this was to say that don't get all spun up on your bike choice. Don't get all spun up on incurring lots of expenses to swap out bars and shifters, and oh my God, it's a technical course. They're really not. It's really not that big a deal. I could go on and on and on talking about bike setups and bottles and aero helmets and wheel covers and aero bars and bike fit. Speaking of bike fit, in the next 2-3 weeks, maybe a little longer, you're going to see us come out with a bike fit ebook that we've partnered with ttbikefit.com. We've written this ebook, so you're going to see us come out with, I don't know, Patrick and I were talking about it today, what we were going to do to promo this thing. So look for something coming out soon, but what we've done is created not only just some very detailed thoughts on bike fitting, but also the truth about setting your bike up for long distance triathlon, where your bottle should be and why you should wear this piece of gear, that piece of gear, wheels, front wheels, back wheels, all that kind of stuff, just to give you a blueprint for how to set up your bikes for long course triathlon. That's it. I still have another hour before I think I can officially crack a beer without getting in trouble with Mama, who's in the other room. But in the meantime, I'll just hold this up. Happy Friday, everyone. Have a great weekend. Thank you.